Welcome back. February is the month of love, so it's fitting that it's also Heart Month. This is a time to raise awareness about the importance of cardiovascular health. John Collie and Bhumil Shah from Rescue 7, Canada's leading AED supplier, join us with more. John, we'll start with you. What is an AED?
Automated external defibrillator. It saves people. For somebody that has a cardiac arrest outside of the hospital environment, if you can get a defibrillator on them right away, their chances of survival increase dramatically. For every minute you don't get a defibrillator on somebody in a cardiac arrest, their chances of survival decrease by 10%.
Wow. Just in terms of the technology, how much has changed? Even in recent years, I remember, city councils, town councils having these big discussions about putting in defibrillators in arenas. The technology has changed very rapidly.
Yeah, so back in the day I was standing back and watching the movie Shock and hit them with the paddles. So I was with actually Toronto Fire Services for 20 years. We brought our defibrillators on the vehicles back in the early 90s and that was back when we had an analyze button and we had to be, had medical direction to oversee everything that we were doing. Now these public access defibrillators, you can pull them off a wall and, like you say, in a hockey rink, in a work environment. People are buying them for their cottages, for their homes, etc. And they're very easy to use. They're a push button. They walk you through, they'll walk and talk you through everything from start to finish, and you can't hurt anybody using a defibrillator. It will only shock you. If I put it on you right now, it'd read normal sinus rhythm, so it would say no shock required. It'll only shock you when you're in shockable mode. Okay.
Bhumil, where are they available? And to that point, do you need training to use them?
So these units are actually so advanced that you do not require any type of prior medical training to use them. It will walk you through as soon as you turn on the machine. It will tell you what exactly needs to be done. You call 911, you put the pads where it's supposed to go, and then the AED will do, we like to call it a doctor in a box kind of thing. So it will analyze what the heart rhythm is, and if the shock is required, it's going to ask you to do the shock. If not, then it's going to guide you through how to do the CPR, which is one of the major things to get the people survived in case of cardiac arrest.
To that point, is there any liability if you're using an AED? Some people might be worried about, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Is there a liability if you're using one of these devices?
So there are no liability available with this one. Nobody can get sued using the defibrillator. The actual person who's using a defibrillator in case of emergency, he or she does not require any type of knowledge to use this machine because they will walk you through over that. So no liability.
Just on that point, sir, sure. In Ontario, we do have a law, Bill 171, and we better known as the Chase-McEachran Act. Okay. And it states that if you use a defibrillator, you can't be held liable. And if you own a defibrillator, as long as you're maintaining good standing, which we track everything, keep the battery and pads up to date, then as long as it's in good standing, you can't be held liable.
How much does a unit cost? For example, the ones we're looking at here.
So the one unit that we have here is it's the lightest, it's the smallest, most affordable unit on the market, and it retails at $18.89 is the list price for it. And these we have other ones that are deluxe models that will go up from there. But all in told, depending on, they can range in between $1,400 and $2,000. They're all good defibrillators. These are just some of the ones that we're showing you. Just back to your point on the training, although these are very easy to use, and using the defibrillator, the CPR portion is still very important with the Heart Health Month and everything. So we do recommend to get trained in CPR because once you use the defibrillator, that will want you to push down and do your compressions and everything. So, and it's also with the defibrillators, there's a lot of what ifs that go with it. What if it's out inside and it's raining or snowing? What if you have a bra on if you're a woman? What if you have jewelry? So we like to talk about a lot of the what ifs. So we do provide training as well, our organization.
Real important. Real quick, where can people find more information about Rescue 7?
www.rescue7.net.
All right, John, Bhumil, really appreciate you coming in. Like I said, we're talking about the cost. It doesn't matter if it's saving a life, and these are definitely lifesavers. We'll have the information up on our website, chch.com/morninglive. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us as well. We'll see you back here tomorrow.